All right, bro.
Heard somebody.
Man, it's Born Detailer Podcast. I'm Jamie Gonzalez.
Shad Stoker.
Bro, who you got here, bro? Who you got here, bro? World famous, bro. Man, dude.
Got Joe and Sal.
Joe and Sal,
Details
Details Official in Salt Lake City, bro. They're over here helping us.
They're doing a world tour, so stay tuned. They got a lot of cool shit.
Man, they're
out
all
here.
over the place,
out
bro,
here.
man. You guys want to learn some shit. This is who you guys are following. You know what I mean? But hey. Appreciate it, bro.
It's been
Really
fun,
appreciate
brother.
you guys.
Thank you.
This
It's
right
been
here,
fun.
if you guys
Good.
don't, if you guys
It's
don't
been
know,
so good. Like,
this is industry family right here.
Yes, sir.
This is
Yeah,
as
dude.
good as it gets when you involve yourself and you're a part of your industry at a level where you want to make things personal and build some real friendships and some real relationships that are going to mean things not only throughout your career but throughout your development in your life. And you know, you find those people that are special that you want to be around. It's always a good thing to be around them as much as possible. It's just gonna inspire
100%.
you. It's gonna motivate you. You might be in a funk. You might be in a good mood. Who knows what everybody's going through?
You just
but
might need someone to bounce some shit off of, some
Yeah.
ideas. Like you might have an idea that you need to get some input on. Your industry peers that are also your homies, the best people to get that information from, because they're going to shoot you straight, right? They're not going to bullshit you. But yeah, just having that opportunity to collaborate and just bounce ideas off has been huge, man.
we're here to just, you know what I mean?
man, dude, just honestly, just by when I picked you guys up from the airport, I felt like I leveled up. Like seriously, right when that route was like,
You felt like
I
a
was like,
chauffeur
yo, I was
picking
like,
up
what
some
up?
stars is what you
that's
felt
exactly
like.
when I jumped out of the car. You seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, I
Thank
felt like
you.
I
Wow.
leveled up, man. I got off. I went to pick you guys up. I was like, damn, what do you guys want to do? And you're like, yo, we're just gonna follow you. That's it.
We just want to have.
Yeah, you
we're
used to shadow
just-
me and see what I do all day, and then
Yeah.
man, what'd you think? What have you guys thought so far?
First of all, it's beautiful out here. This
The
time
weather,
of year. I know we
man.
just missed some snow, but it's gorgeous. Man. It's like what, 50 degrees out?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
It might be
Crisp,
like
nice,
6-7
crisp
degrees. A
air.
little too cold for me, but I could dig it.
Yeah.
I
So-
definitely could dig it. man.
Yeah, bro. Are you a dude? What do you sleep at your house with? What's your AC?
Oh, I keep that shit at 68, baby.
Oh yeah, so this is perfect.
68,
Yeah.
68.
So
Yeah,
I freeze
so-
people out in my house. Like,
It's
man, I like.
crazy because it's storming in California right now.
Is it?
Yeah. In our hometown is.
Dang.
Yeah.
So hey, you shit.
That's
Oh
good.
yeah. Well then that makes things easier because the rain shuts people down. You know,
Yeah,
like,
like we were.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, so it's like we're not missing nothing out, out there. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Where are you guys based out of? Tell me again.
We're based out of Ripon, California.
Okay, all right.
So it's we're about 45 minutes east of San Francisco.
okay.
So it's
hey, you know what else they do in Ripon? Almonds.
yeah, it's like one of the almond capitals.
All right.
Like this time of year, it's beautiful. When we left, there's just thousands and thousands of almond blossoms.
Oh,
Just people go over there just to take photos
Yeah.
and stuff, and it's it's wild.
that's crazy.
Matter of fact, we just had a
Almond
festival.
Blossom Festival, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's the biggest festival our town has, and it's it's a very small community, but yeah, it's beautiful this time of year.
Man, I just want to get right to this real quick because I feel like we're all wondering this. We're all wondering, but he has a new video. I have not watched this video yet. And I want you guys.
Have you ever felt underestimated when using wax instead of ceramic coating? This is for you, my fellows. Nowadays, nearly every brand has its own ceramic coating, and everyone is trying to push their coatings as hard as
Oh,
they
no.
can by saying
This
they have
guy's
the
gonna- I feel
longest
like he's gonna
lasting,
go
the
in on
most
this one.
durable, and with the most
Best
unique
in the world,
formula.
period.
And it's no surprises now, producing consumer-level
he got the
coatings
sound
has
bites
become
on.
available
Yeah, you
to
got that
nearly
friggin-
everyone. A bit of faulty marketing, and we have a situation
Oh.
where demand creates supply, and car owners are ready to buy everything that says
Right off the bat,
ceramic. 10 years
what
ago,
I'm gonna
had to
tell you
spend a
guys,
fortune
what you
on a
think?
detailer who would
I think
properly
he's going.
prep
I
by
think he's
buying a
getting tired of some
professional-grade
shit. He's going in on. I think
like,
some people are.
I
gonna
wish
get
I think he can
offended
keep it
on
more
this.
real.
I think he's trying to do it in a respectable way to where it's not, because you can lose credibility easily if you just start dogging things out or putting your
What's-
opinion
yeah.
too much without being, like, have your opinion but give good reason. And I think he's doing it in a tasteful way. In
For
my
sure,
opinion.
for sure. That's a great statement because a lot of people they screw that up because they go too hard with their opinion and their opinion actually gets lost because it just seems like hate because that's what it is.
Or they have a personal grudge
Right.
against the company or something for some reason.
You can't hear too well.
You got it.
No, I can barely hear.
Oh, it's
Turn it
probably
up.
your mic. Oh, you have your own mic. You can click your button right there.
You got pause. Good.
Good. Check. Check.
Is that better?
A little bit. Yeah, that's better.
That's
That's
better.
better.
More or less.
He can
More.
turn it up as loud
Good,
as you
good.
need
Right
it.
there.
Right there. Right there.
Damn, son.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
like
you?
I'm DJing. No, I think that was me.
Oh, that's you. Okay,
That
so then
shit's
this is
heavy.
you. Is this you? Which is
No,
you?
that's me.
Check,
Damn.
check,
you.
check.
So this is
Check,
trying to
check,
blow
check,
everybody.
check,
No,
check,
that's
check,
me.
check, check.
Let's just start
Check,
the video
check.
over.
All right. Good. Right there. That's it. That's it. Cool.
Oh,
All
okay,
right.
okay.
It's just a little too loud.
Okay, so you're one.
Okay, a little higher.
Yeah, yeah.
Turn
Okay,
my mic
okay.
up right there.
Turn your
Yeah.
mic up. Anyways, okay, cool. So,
Coating. Now,
let's go back to this
having
real quick,
100
man,
bucks
'cause
on coating,
I really-
one step
I really wanna
polish, and
see-
some beer. You can apply
He
it
just
yourself
passed
overnight.
away.
But is it
Rest in
such a
peace.
blessing as some bloggers
Who
and
did?
brands want
Michelle
you to think?
Trachtenberg.
Today,
Yeah,
I
just
wanna
passed
share
away. Just
5
saw it
hacks
on
that can
Instagram.
make you
Just
choose
today.
wax
What?
over ceramic coating and not become a pedestrian. I already compared the cost of using wax versus ceramic coating, but it was a year ago, so I had enough time to collect even more facts, besides costs, to keep you appreciating the wax guys. Preventing some comments from the last
Maybe it's
video,
Car
I need to
Supply
mention that by
warehouse that does this.
ceramic coating, I mean ceramic coating, not ceramic wax, ceramic spray, or some
no, I
cheap
think he could be
marketing.
doing a lot
names.
because he's not.
All
Does he
the
sell all this
ceramic and
stuff?
graphene
Maybe it's that
waxes
dude.
and sealants
I don't know
are going
who
under
it
the
is.
wax section. As we are settled,
It's
let's
someone
finally
that-
begin.
It's probably we don't even know.
Brands
Ooh,
want you to
Scratchable.
think that after applying their ceramic coating, you will forget
Oh, I
about
love
paint
this.
protection for 5 to 8 years. Just
I'll
don't
tell
forget
you who I
about coating
don't think
maintenance
it is.
once a year.
Because he's gone in on a few people that I'm like, I don't think it's them. But I don't know. It could be. Either way, my man has he's shown us on some love on the channel. Like we've been, he's used our snippets and credited us a few times.
That's
So
cool.
whoever he is, he's cool with us.
It's probably a girl. We're all
He's
here.
down with
he
details.
is probably a girl behind this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like trying to think of it's really good.
It is. It's good. It's good. I like how he does his avatar changes, right? It's not just the same old
That
avatar
little
that he
news
uses.
guy.
Yeah. This is a dude in his garage with his spectacles, with his glasses on.
Dude, it's just all he is dropping
I doubt
game
that.
like every
In
time.
real life, during
He's
5
like,
years,
yo.
everything
Hey,
you can
now,
only
no,
imagine may
oh.
happen, starting with the most
Hey,
obvious.
honey.
Swirls and scratches. If you think any of this coating will protect you from scratches, think
Mm.
twice. The maximum you can expect is to be a bit more protected from minor swirls than unprotected cars. Ceramic coatings promise you better protection from swirls compared to wax. And this might be true, but only in the head of a person who sells you ceramic. Also, you should keep in mind they will
He's
protect you
clowning,
from
bro.
swirls on a clear coat by leaving swirls on the ceramic coating. So in terms of aesthetics, swirls will be still visible on your car, but they will be on the coating, not the clear coat. The same applies
I don't buy
to
that.
You don't
Rewind
buy
that
that?
back.
Well,
Rewind
No,
that
it's
back.
not. It's
Here-
just like
here's-
it's always in the paint. Like, bro, come on.
Rewind that back. I need to hear that again.
He said that the ceramic doesn't
You from
prevent
swirls on a
swirls.
coat by
The
leaving
swirls will appear,
swirls
but
on
they'll
the
be
ceramic
on the
coating.
ceramic
So
and not
in
in the
terms of
paint.
Well, yeah,
aesthetics, swirls will
but
be
what
still
about the-
visible on your car, but they will be on the coating.
He's
But essentially, because ceramic coating, I guess, they go into the actual paint, right?
Yeah. So they go into the
So it's on-
the different crevices and yeah. So, but this is one of those things where it's so convoluted. It's such a challenging thing to speculate upon because the layer of ceramic coating that's put on that actually adheres to it's like less than 10% of what the clear coat is. So
No,
Is the
less than
swirl
that.
into
It's
the
probably
coat?
like freaking.
You're probably right. It's-
100.
Yeah.
156 to 1.
you're probably right.
It's bonded to the paint, so,
So it's
like
in
how
it.
much protection is really on the surface, like as far as measurement.
They say 2
Right,
microns,
yeah,
yeah.
but
So-
2 microns is like
I feel
next.
you. I feel you. Yeah, makes sense.
Anyways, whatever,
So
bro.
that-
This guy makes
yeah,
good
I'm
videos.
guessing if it is
Microns.
a scratch, it's probably gone deep enough where you can see it. It's probably deep enough to hit that paint through the coating.
Yeah, man.
I don't know enough about chemistry.
Which does that make the coating degrade faster? Because once there's a breach in the coating itself with a scratch, then you have a higher potential for that to degrade quicker from the inside out.
I think
Yeah.
just any improper care of a vehicle, period.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? I guess I'd rather be the coating than the paint itself.
For sure.
Like, some protection, any protection is better than none.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm still a
Hey.
ceramic guy.
Oh, now
I
it's
like
too
ceramic.
loud.
Yeah. Well, what if you apply the ceramic coating and obviously your detail, your eye is going to get better? What if you're just catching shit that you've never seen before?
Mm.
Even as a consumer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's what it is because you're overeducating them.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Like if you go to a dealership and you buy their protection package, they don't give you no education on that.
Right. Well, dude, I can't
They
tell you
just
how
give
many,
you the car. You
They're not
take you
going to
pay
give
for
you
it.
any expectation either.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
expectation. There's nothing. But guess what? They just charge you 3
They just
racks.
sold it. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many non-detailers that like just friends and family that bought new cars. And I'm like, are you going to do a paint correction and coating? They're like, paint correction. It's a brand new car. It's perfect paint. I walk out and I show them and they're like, oh my God, I didn't even see that. And then every time I see them from thereafter, that's all they complain about.
Yeah.
So I made them think about something they weren't before.
Most people don't. Well, that's one of the reasons why we never sold coatings. Like we never pushed them so much. Not only because of the labor involved, it's also because most people don't. If they don't even know that it's needed, you know, it's harder to expose somebody to something than try to sell it to them. We'd rather have the ones that are educated on it, like, you know what, I just got a new car, I want to get it coated right now because they know what it is. Like sometimes the education part seems a little too pushy when it comes from a sales perspective.
Yeah.
So it's not like we've never tried to do that. Like,
And that's so important because you selling ceramic coatings from a place of misunderstanding or selling it wrong, right? Selling, oh man, I'm gonna do the ceramic coating. It's gonna make your car look so amazing. It's gonna be there's gonna be no scratches. There's this you're presenting the ceramic as that cure when it's not. It's all the prep work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well,
if
we sell our
Oh.
paint correction.
yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
the way.
that's what
Yep.
we sell our
We-
paint correction,
all the
and then
cost
we
and
add.
everything, yeah, that's
That's
exactly
it.
what
That's
we
the
do.
way to do it for sure. 100%.
Yeah,
People
we
were
sell
like,
the
yeah.
polishing. The
prep work.
the clarity. We sell the the enhancement, the correction,
finish,
the
yeah.
job. We sell that, and then
Let's
that,
protect it.
yeah,
Yep.
that's priced high because that's the labor. And they're like, well, you want coating? Well, that's going to cost a couple hundred to
Yep,
slap
yep,
that on.
yep,
Yes,
yep.
So
yes,
you
So
already
gotcha.
got the money for the
You got the money for the job
polished
already. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But
So-
it's like you might as well just tack a couple hundred. That's how we sell coating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for $1,000, I am going to do all this work. And then if you want, I'll put a ceramic coating on that's going to help protect that work. But it's not, hey, let me do a ceramic coating. I'll sell you ceramic coating and it's going to make it's not the ceramic coating. It's all the prep work. So sell the prep work. It's just guys lean too much on the products to sell their services because they're not knowledgeable about sales enough to know to sell the services and not the product.
That's
Word.
word.
That one of
Yeah,
these
right
guys.
here. Hell yeah, bro. Feel free. But yeah, so what? Like how do you guys get customers?
Everything's word of mouth. Everything is referral. Everything is referral. There's very few times and circumstances where we will take outside clients. Everything is referred.
I know, man. Every time I see you guys, you always just dropping game, and like, I feel like people. What do you think about going to detail training versus actually business training, like something that you guys do?
I think it's equally as important.
You do?
I think people don't realize that you're going to get to some point in your business where you're going to encounter things. You're going to hit a certain level of growth. You're going to start to deal with a certain level of clientele. Your operation is going to get to a certain point where you need maybe not coaching or mentoring, but you need somebody to come in operationally, be able to teach you how to hold that down, like to show you what top tier customer service looks like, what a smooth operation looks like and feels like, and how it opens up time for you in your business. The technical part is always great. It's always good to know that, but none of that shit matters if you can't get people.
If you
through the
can't sell and
door,
get someone to
if
pay,
you can't retain them, and if you don't have people coming back. Our business model isn't built off of some people build theirs off of quantity. That's what they're like, yo, I need numbers, I need quantity, I want quantity. Some people build it off of just maybe doing easy work. We want to build ours off of lifelong relationships with our clients. We have clients where when I started, I was running out of my Baja, and they've seen the whole progression of the entire business, and they're just like, I'm never going anywhere. Like, I'm on my 4th car with you. We're sticking with you.
Yeah.
Like, those are the clients. They get the new car, and they're saying, hey, I got this car and I want it coated, and I need it coated because I know he's not only going to inspect it, but he's going to be taking care of this car every 2 weeks like it's his. And now I'm selling the coating. Now I'm like, let's get it corrected and coated right now. That way it makes my job easier. It makes your life easier. You get your car 15 minutes faster on every job that we do, you know? So it's, we talk about the benefits that it's going to have on them personally and and their vehicle when it's time to, especially if we know the car, you know, they only keep their cars for 2-3 years, which most of our clients do.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yo, you want to keep this thing looking as clean as possible. So there's no issue when you go take it back.
We're not getting new clients anymore. So the questions are different and the callbacks they're asking different questions. They're just, I got a new car. You know what I do? You do your thing. Yeah. That's pretty much what the conversation is. Hey, I got a new car this week. Give me on the schedule. I want you to do your thing on it. We know what that means.
Yeah, the trust, it's not even about the prices aren't even talked about with most of our, because they're just like, what, you just do whatever it is and you send me the bill. That's a very, very trustworthy type of relationship.
Well, obviously, whatever it is, you know, allows you guys to now do this.
Yeah. We you know, we locked in all of our, and another thing is too, man, when you got your customer service right, you got so much freedom to like call them up and say, hey, so-and-so, is it cool if we switch it out to this day because I have this going on or whatever? It's not something we do regularly, but when you're on top of your shit all the time, a client knows you're on top of your shit all the time. They know that you didn't have to make that adjustment like until that was your last resort.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're doing it all the time and they're like, no, I get it. Like there's so much more, there's so much more grace when things do occur.
Right. Because it's funny. I was just going to talk about that because the thing about referrals that people don't realize is it's not just that person's name on the line. It's the person that referred him. So they're going to be a lot less likely to call and be like, hey, you like fucking, you know, nitpick and try and grind you on price because they know it could get back to their homie that referred them and that's going to look bad on them. Yeah. So they're just a little bit more accepting. Not that they're going to accept shitty work, but they're not going to nitpick or grind you on price or just try and beat you down like just some dude off the street would. I love referrals. It's if you're not actively asking for referrals, like if you get to a place like this where you're like can't handle any more work, if you don't have enough work and you're not actively asking your customers, especially the ones that are satisfied and are long-term customers, to go out and sell your services for you in the way of referring people, you are missing the easiest way to make money. It is easier to make money with your pre-existing customers through referrals or through add-ons or other avenues than it is to go out and get new customers.
And a referral business model, it also eliminates so much headache. Like the conversations, like how many detailers are out there that said, man, I'm on the phone talking to this client for like 30 minutes, telling them the services and what I do and the prices. They're asking questions back and forth, and then they hang up and they never call me back.
It's trust. Yeah. It's trust, right?
Referrals, we don't get none of that shit. Right. They're like, when can you do it?
Right.
That's the question. When can you? And it's not. We don't ask the clients, hey, what works for you? They know we're busy. They say, when do you guys? When's your early? That's pretty much the question. When's the earliest that you can get me in?
And it's trust. Like if I go to California and I Google what's the best steakhouse in San Francisco, I'm hoping that that's legit. But if I call Sal and Joel and say, man, I'm in your area, what's the best joint to go to?
House of Prime Rib, baby.
I trust these guys. Yeah. Exactly. They already know. I trust these guys. It is.
It's so much stronger. People don't get like.
But the flip side of that, that's a very awkward conversation. And one of the worst conversations to have is when your partner calls you up and says, hey, the dude you told me about, he didn't show up, or the dude you told.
We've had
those happen far in between. Yeah. But either way,
it's so hard. Yeah,
when you got to make that phone call, where someone calls you up to question you, they're not doing it in an asshole way, but that still sucks. It's just like, oh, hold on, let me go ahead and fix this. I'll fix this.
Yeah, we've had guys before where they, we referred out work in there. They're like, hey man, the communication was terrible. The job was not good. They had to take my car back again. They picked it up, dropped it off. All this just bad experience all around. And when he goes, so I called him back and I said, hey, I'm going to tell details. And he was like, no, please don't do that, because we refer a lot to him. And that was it. Yeah. No more. I can't put our brand on the line for like, you got to come correct. If we're gonna fuck with you at all, you got to come correct.
Oh yeah, that's you can't please them all though. Sometimes.
No, but you got to protect.
But there's some people it's like I almost get mad at your customer and be like, yo, well, don't send me that motherfucker over here.
Hey, it works
if he's an asshole, like come on, you're bro. You don't know your friend's an asshole?
And
You know your
Don't
friends.
tell me you're at don't
and
you know, or then he can be like, yeah, dude, fuck that guy. You know, like, yeah, he's cool, but he's gonna
Hey,
complain
it's
about
cool when
everything.
people understand that because they'll tell you like, "Yo, so and so's gonna call you," but I didn't tell him to call you.
He's just
Like,
gonna-
like, hey, well, let's make that clear.
Our,
Like,
our clients are this loyal, where they'll come to us. They'll be like, "Yo, Joel, did so and so call you yet? I gave him your number last week." No, I'm gonna call that. I'm gonna call him right now. He'll get the hey.
That's like the
I
plug.
thought you called
Yeah.
the detail. They're like, what's up? Like, don't be wasting my man's time. You like we have clients that will do that.
Yeah.
Like that are like, they know we're busy. They know how we get down.
that's
It's
also
like,
their
yo,
way of saying, "Hey,
It's
I'm-
not my-
don't tie me to him anymore."
yeah, like when you have people around you that are down like that, not only supporting your business like that, because those are people that are just down for you. They're like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't want to mess with my man's money over here. I don't want to, like, that's what we're trying to create. Like we want people that are really with it. And that referral stuff too, that was part of the business model. We wanted to make sure. I said, I'll put in extra effort on the front end to capture this and really make an impression and an impact to where these are lifelong customers. And out of that, they just became, like branches and, from roots. And it just kind of spread. And now it's just like the game is on lock where we're at. There's no, everything's on our terms too. But there's a lot more work going into it. But I knew if I do all the grunt, like we were talking about Scott, a detailed division, how he had to do all the, and he was just like, yo, that's a lot of work up front. But what did he do?
Ain't no one gonna buy anything from anybody else.
Yeah, like his clientele, he locked his fucking clientele down because that loyalty, that extra, that personalization that he incorporated into his business. That's
so
what we try to do.
another thing too, I was talking to you guys too, because you guys went and I watched that video you guys did with Josh V, and I didn't realize. So he actually has a supply shop.
Yeah, Detailer Supply. Shout out to Detailer Supply.
Yeah, so his business is now his business before was Detail Supply, and now he's just straight up slanging on. But he sells online. He does sell to the
Josh doing a bunch of stuff, man. Josh got a lot going on. He got his, he got the pressure washer coming out. He just dropped a foam cannon. He got his retail store,
and he has an online store.
Yeah, he has an online store. Yeah, he's doing. He hosted the training last.
Yeah,
month.
people don't understand these
PCX.
guys are like that.
These
Like
are
you look at
businessmen.
you didn't realize like in like I said, we went on his video one time and we were like, yo, how long has he been doing it for?
Mhm.
And we scrolled down. I was like, bro, he's been on YouTube for a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got mad
So-
respect for Josh.
But
He's
yeah,
doing his
man,
thing,
that
and he's
dude-
a
so-
one-man show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a
So
lot of shit to hold down.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
holding it down.
what is next for you guys?
Great question. I was just going to ask that. So you got the business details kind of on lock, right? It's kind of self-sufficient.
Or
You're
like
not
you guys got
looking to
anything,
grow.
you just like what
What-
you're doing.
This is one thing. They get it. They get it. They fucking get it. And this is why we're here. Because most people are like, well, you guys don't work a lot, so you guys must not be making money from detailing. It's like, no, everything is so fucking optimized and time managed. We've made all of our money that we need to be able to in a more timely manner than most people can do it in. Therefore, it opens up time for us to be able to leave for a few days, for a couple
what you
days,
love.
and do the shit that we like to do.
So when your ass says you don't have time to go start that
You
new
got
thing or
time.
go to the gym or do this thing, here's the example.
Yeah.
It is possible if you're willing to put in the work.
Get up
If
at
you're
4
willing to-
a.m. Yeah, like we get up at 4 a.m. Like our day's done before. A lot of these guys are like, oh, I got my own business. I want to start my day at 10.
And work till
All right.
10 at night.
All right, Playboy, we'll have fun with that. Like we'll start our day at 4 a.m., hit our gym, take care of everything we got.
Yo, it's cool if that's what you want to do, but I don't want to hear no complaints.
No,
Right.
about you don't have
You know what I
time.
mean? Don't come to me with no problems
I
because
wanna-
that's your
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Right
Like
there.
we got dudes.
There's
that-
one problem. Wake up.
Yeah.
Like we got dudes that we consult with, and they're like, "Well, I don't work weekends. That's family time." I was like, I understand that, but what time do your kids wake up? If your kids aren't waking up till 9 o'clock, that's
Yeah,
2
but-
hours you could be working on
That's
your
the
business.
detail, yeah.
You get up at 6 o'clock. You could make a few $100s
Yo.
by yourself.
Yup.
Mobile job
Yup.
or
Hey,
You want to
whatever.
talk
So,
about
like-
family time?
like,
you
Like you want to like break this shit down? Like we don't find excuses for anything.
Like,
We're
yeah.
like
We
we
said-
got X amount of time.
You guys
let's shoot a
get it. So
video.
when we're saying this and when we say certain things, like, oh, you should do this. Like we listen.
Yeah.
We're all listening. Like,
yeah. There ain't no
All right.
excuses
Listening,
over
learning,
here.
and
You
yeah,
won't
right.
hear any
My
fucking
man said that, dude.
excuses
I'm not
at this
doing that,
table.
okay.
Like we'll figure it out. Like that's. Are you willing to make the sacrifice to do that?
Right. But it's, it's funny because you brought family time. People, oh, I'm not going to work weekends because of family time. But then your kids wake up at 9 o'clock and it's like, what are we going to do today, Dad? And we're like, he's like, nothing, because we don't have no goddamn money. Get up, knock out a detail. Now you got a couple $100 to actually go do something with your
the
family.
cats sitting around on Sunday watching football.
Yeah, come on, man.
It's like, oh, but you got time to sit there all day and watch football.
Yeah.
But you can't, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, there's no, like, if you want it, bottom line is if you want it, you got to fucking put in the work to go to get it, So it's so that's for us. It's just we're just kind of doing the shit we like now that we have the detailing on on lock. Like we don't have to do that's organically going in the direction that we've modeled it to do.
Yep.
So that's kind of like operating on its own. We know that's there. We know X amount of money is going to come through for details from the detailing end monthly. We have all the data tracking. We can give you an average down to the penny.
We're going to put this amount of hours in it, and it's going to output this amount of money every single month. And we know that. So now we can take the rest of our time and the additional funds that we've made through optimizing, and we can start to do these other things. Yeah. And that is how you become not only financially wealthy, but emotionally and just overall well-being is created from that type of structure and that type of vision. Yeah. Anything is fucking possible if you're willing to put in the work. But you have to be willing to put your instant gratification needs aside. Because think about how much time that you put into pre-planning and the vision you set forth before you actually started shit, right? And you've optimized it, you've changed, you've adapted along the way. But you put in so much time in the beginning to lay the groundwork or just come up with the structure of how you wanted this to go. Everyone just wants to act.
We did it with numbers. We did our numbers at the beginning of the year. And I told him, I said, hey, we worked less hours 2024 than 2023. However, we worked more days. So we're enjoying life. And this tells us we worked less the amount of time, like labor hours.
Yeah.
Our labor hours dropped and we worked more days.
And we made more
money. Because the work is becoming more easier and easier.
Right.
So we can work more.
Oh, okay.
But we worked less hours.
Yeah.
Total.
Right.
Like we worked more days.
Dropped 34% manual labor hours. So now we can say
34%.
Now we could put that time. We have it tracked. Now we can spend this time actually not detailing hours. You know what I mean?
34%. I want you to think about that in your business. 34%.
And we increased our annual revenue,
which is even more impressive. So 34% of a 40-hour work week, 34% is roughly, what's that? 10, 4, 8, 12. That's about 14 hours in a week. So if you had an additional 14 hours every week that you didn't utilize, that you didn't use to sit on your ass, but you utilized to create something new or optimize your business even more or learn some new skills, like you want to talk about being able to do any damn thing you want. And again, 34, that's 15 hours a week just on a 40-hour work week that they have free to build other things. But they also increased revenue at the same time. It can be done if you're willing to put in the work.
No,
and you learn from the right people.
Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of you got to know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, if you don't know a starting point, then how are you going to get to a goal? How are you going to track? Yeah, things are not attainable when you're kind of shooting shots in the dark. You're saying, "Oh, I just want to make this amount of money." Well, how are you going to make that amount of money? What are you incorporating into your business to make that amount of money? Are you working?
Maybe you really don't want to. Maybe you realize, like, man, I don't want that kind of money because that's a lot of work.
That's fine.
You got an idea?
Then don't talk about it. You know what I mean? It's everyone talks like they want to be successful, but very few are willing to put in the work that it takes to be successful.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's about this.
It's never about the money. Like the money. What we've learned is the money comes. The money's gonna come. Like the things that you want are gonna get. Like things are getting they're being attracted to us, and it's the right things by the right people. You know what I mean? People we want to fuck with. So it's like, okay, cool.
2024, we worked 836 manual labor hours. That's how much time we spent detail. 836 hours. You know what the average is? It's over 2,000 hours worked a year. We did 100. So when people talk about money, I get that. Like, I want to talk. Let's talk about time. Do you have that? Yeah. How much time are you spending?
Hold on. You said 800 and what?
800.
836.
Okay.
836 divided by 52 weeks of the year. That's 16 hours a week.
Yeah. That's how much we're working.
And they're not hurting.
No.
I mean,
No.
they're traveling. Like I said, they're on this world tour where
Like,
they're going to go to different states across the
How
country.
do we have that conversation for flexing? Because you know what I mean? Like that's not sexy. That doesn't sound like, you know what I mean? You can't put that on Instagram and make that
And
look
also,
dope.
our price point reflects the type of service that we bring. Like, we're not, you know what I mean? Like,
You ain't chintzing.
yeah,
No.
our shit is like, if we're coming correct, like that you know, price for quality is always, you know, matched. So that's always something that, but you can't do that if you're not coming correct. You know what I mean? Like you can't charge a certain amount if your business isn't on point.
But
Nobody's going to pay that because you're not displaying the value.
But that doesn't have to correlate to you doing the finest detail. It's not like you guys are going in with you know, Q-tips and getting underneath the seat. It's not about that. It's providing value in other ways. The value doesn't always have to come from how well you clean a car or every last final detail that you get. The way that you can create value is the customer experience and the ease in knowing your
That's
numbers.
all
So
it
you can
is.
say it's going to take us. So this detail you want, it's going to take us exactly 3.2 hours. So you drop your car off at 12. I will have it to you by 3:30. You want to create a customer? Like, tell them I will have it for you at this exact time and have that shit done for them. Because how do you plan your day when you drop it off in the morning? They're like, when can I get my car? I don't know. When I'm done. It might be 8, it might be tomorrow, it might be the next day. I'll have your paint correction done when it's done. Like, how can a customer plan their life and their day when you don't even know how long it's going to take to detail the damn car?
Yeah, there's definitely a sweet spot when you have your data because you need to know, first off, what's an attractive number that you're still going to profit from.
Mhm.
That's the consumer is going to be okay with, that you could keep bringing it in, because it doesn't matter if you have a crazy high price point, but you get one client a month because it's just maybe demographically where you're at.
Yeah.
It's just not in, you know, like it just doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
or maybe that's all you need, you know. But
yeah, exactly. Or maybe
But-
that's all you
but-
need.
yeah, maybe that's all you need and all you want to do. But
But you find that sweet spot, what works for your lifestyle and your profit margin, and you see what makes sense for you, and you just build off of that. Because if that's building your revenue, you need to stick with what's working. And that's what we do. We stick with what's working. We've perfected that. We're really fast at it. We're really quick at it. We know that we can do it consistently and confidently and good in X amount of time. That way we have controlled product. We have controlled manual labor. We have controlled time management, scheduling. Everything is controlled.
I'm gonna give me a little cheat code. But you guys want to know what do you
in.
spend your money on? Find out how much money you're getting from your new clients and find out how much money you're getting from your returning clients. You're gonna see you should see a big difference.
Right.
And whatever the big difference is, you focus on what's the bigger one.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause
Right.
There's
You know what I
things,
mean?
and that's how you determine your decisions. What are we dropping off? What are we going to offer? What are we, you know, and
If you're not tracking that, go ahead and track it. You guys got a freebie.
So we talked about that yesterday, the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your actions.
Yep.
So focus in, define what those 20% of the actions are. And instead of putting 20% of your effort, put 80% into the effort of the things that create.
And what we
80%.
did is we eliminated about 75% of that 80% in our business. So that's the time savings of that alone.
Mhm.
Like, we're no longer scheduling people that were flaky, that you don't know if they're gonna, you know, cancel the day before, whether you get the deposit or not. It's like, yo, we have an expectation of the revenue that we're bringing in this month.
Right.
If they're not complying, or Sal can look and he'll say, hey, bro, 4 out of the last 10 appointments so-and-so had, they've canceled. That's costing us money because we have other people that we can, new clientele that are trying to get on. Like, we have no problem firing clients.
And that deposit doesn't mean shit. Like, yeah, it helps to take away the sting a little
We
bit.
usually
but,
don't take them,
right.
but if you're a repeat offender with it, yeah, we're gonna get you with it, or we'll just tell you got to pay in full, or we're not gonna do it. And if they don't want to do it, then
Man,
it's a win-win. We don't have that. They don't have the as a client anymore.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry
deal
about
with
it.
new clients. So right now, not right now, but it's pretty much we have yearly maintenance clients. How about that? You know what I mean? People do bi-weekly, bi-monthly, monthly. We have yearly maintenance clients.
And
That's what it
yeah.
comes down to.
And most of the vehicles
To
that
a
we
T.
do
Yeah.
on our mobile jobs, because we have the studio, which custom cars, ceramic coatings, things like that, where people want it to be, you know, things that we're going to need overnight. But for the mobile business, most of the households and the clients that we're working with, it's multiple cars.
Yeah.
So even if we're doing maintenance work, we're still getting a good. We're not going out of our way to do a small job. It's like we're going out of the way. Yeah, these are 3 maintenance vehicles, but that's like $500 or that's whatever. So it's, you know what I mean? It's,
With no drive time.
It's like
you have
it's
one
like,
drive time in and out, and
Yes.
you
and everything is even our location when it comes to time. Our location service area is very, very small. So that's even controlled. We're not going, we ain't driving an hour out to go do some work. Nah.
And then
Like if
drive
we're
the
gonna
other
make
end
it
of
work
town.
our time, like we're gonna do 3 maintenance cars and we're gonna knock them shits out in what, like an hour, 35, 40
And then
minutes.
it also,
Get that money and be
if
done.
you have nothing but return clients, you should know exactly how many times, how many vehicles are being used per year, how many times you're touching it. I'm pretty sure you're getting we're touching a new car every 1.4 months, 1.4 years. You know what I'm saying? So we know that. So we don't sell ceramic coatings. We sell the service. The service
Right.
is you get a ceramic coating with this maintenance because it will be a fool not to ceramic.
It's funny because
and we tell them the data. According to our data, it looks like you get a new car every such and such. So it would be in your best interest to do the that. Now you're impressing them. Now you're just like, this motherfucker cares about my car more than I do.
Right.
Yeah.
But it builds trust. It builds trust because
Yeah.
if they get a new car every 2 years and you're like, no. They come to you and they're like, hey, I want the 5-year ceramic. You're like, no, you don't need that. I'm going to save you $300. I'm going to give you the 2-year because you trade your car in every 2 years. Like you might take the hit, that $300 now, but now you built a customer that is not only going to come to you over and over. He's going to go out and be like, damn, Details did this for me. Details it and tell all their friends about the experience.
I have customers that all my customers, most of them don't keep their car more than 3 years.
Yeah.
But they just off support will do a 7-year for me.
Yeah.
And they know they're not going to keep their car that long. They're just doing it because they want to support it.
I know cats
That's dope.
who
That's dope.
Yeah. Like
I know
the guy
cats who
that
do.
was here yesterday. He doesn't keep his cars like a year and a half. He's like, yo, like, come on, man. He wants to break bread because he's a business owner.
There's people that want to support.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That means that they're giving, you know what I mean? They're tipping their hat to you
Yeah,
and
for
saying,
sure.
yo, man, that's like, you know what I mean? If you go somewhere and they're like, oh man, we're not asking for a discount. We're actually gonna hook you up. Like we want to support you. Like that's support. You know what I mean?
Support.
So
Hell yeah.
and that's a big part of, you want your clients to be rooting for you. You want your clients to be,
Your biggest
you know,
cheerleaders,
like
yeah.
for us, it's like they support us almost like it's a flex. Like, oh, you guys ain't using details. Don't talk to you guys. Don't get it. You guys don't get it then.
Hell
They're
yeah.
almost like you know what type of person you are.
Yeah.
You know I
What do
mean?
you so get off this new thing? So what do you feel like when you're actual labor, you're working, what is the most what takes the most time? What do you just like, I don't want to do that. But you do it and then you figured out that efficient way to do it.
I think you only want to answer this one.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll wait for you.
I think
I'll think it.
I think now we're at the point where we've seen everything. Pretty much, you get to a point in your career where you're like, and there ain't nothing I ain't seen,
Mhm.
and nothing I
Okay.
can't fix, or nothing I can't at least, and you know your limitations too. It's like, no, that year, that car, that shit ain't getting no better than this. Whether it be paint, whether it be interior materials, whatever, we already know that. So there's a lot of shit we just avoid, like flat out, because we're like, that to us is quality control. People don't realize by you turning down work that you cannot do 100%. Like if you're not like behind it all the way, Jamie, different situation. He could paint here.
Yeah.
He could go crazy with the polishing. If it don't work out, guess what? It's going into the booth. We're gonna fix that up real quick. Not everybody has that. So for us, if we're like, nah, this paint is shot. We can do this. Most of the time, we're gonna get frustrated. We're gonna be exhausted. We're gonna be, not mentally at our best to get the best job done. In any of those things that compromise your service and your quality, we want to stay the fuck away from.
Yeah.
So we just eliminate it. And people will be like, oh, you guys are stupid.
Well,
You're
no.
passing up money. It's like,
A big part of that, man, is
it's like that. Not all the money is good money.
we're
You know
a
what
big
I mean?
part
We've all
of
been there.
how we assess it, and especially now that we think about it, is pain levels. Because I'm getting the part, I'm getting older in age, and I'm just like, yo, like now we're at a point like with our maintenance, like it's like I don't want to do more than 3 at a time. Like
Oh yeah,
because I'm
I feel like I
slower.
got like
If
4 or 5
we got like 3 or 4 cars, that's cool, one shot. But I slowed down tremendously. Whether we do one car and we go to another one, do another one car, it's like we got to set it up like that because I'm slowing down.
Yeah.
The drop off is a lot more, and he's just like, yeah. And like we're both feeling the same way. Like, hey, that car's too low for me.
Yeah,
Like that one hurts too much. That's not worth it anymore. Like we can pass on that.
And the thing is, when it's cool, like anything that you don't want to do, obviously if you have a team, you can. There's ways you can work. And we got a youngster that works with us on the weekend. So if we want to lock some shit down, or we need an assistant, like say if we don't really do RVs and boats too much, but we'll have our assistant there just to be changing out pads, putting polish on the pad, so we don't stop our movements, and it makes it a lot easier and less wear and tear on us. But for the most part, it's me and Sal in the field when we're working or doing.
So you guys, who likes wheels out of you guys? Like, who likes doing that shit?
It's not who much likes it. It's part of the process of what
I usually
what's
clean
the best time to do it.
I usually clean them and he finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Like for me, I'm a wheel dude. I'm a wheel and door jams guy.
Oh.
And I was working with Nick years back, and he was like, "Man, you're a wheel guy."
You gotta
and I'm
get
like,
that FSC.
"Yeah,
You gotta finish.
yeah." So he was telling me, I'm like, so, like, what's that one thing that you do? Like, yo, Sal, this is your butter. Like, this is what I do.
We always find it, but we just found a better one. And I just told him what the plan is the next go around. There's another cheat code. Should we give it to him? Drop a video on it? I'll do it. Yeah. You a wheel dude? Get yourself some FSC.
Coach Kemi.
And a Clean Korea little towel. The drying towel. They're coming in little version. Son.
That's
You
it.
talk about easy and just the result. Oh Lord, night and day. We had our third man come try it out, and he's just like, I did everything with one towel. And the door jam.
One swipe, like if that shit's
Combo.
So 1 or 2 sprays on the wheel, and then just finish it off.
Go through with the Clean Korea, and it has to be. Everybody says it's all the drying towels. I say no, they're motherfucking not. Clean Korea towels have longer durability. You're not going to be replacing this towel. Like this will be. It sounds ridiculous because it's like a $20 towel, but it's cost effective.
Mm-hmm.
It's cost effective just based on the durability and the performance and the fact that it does not have drop off.
You're gonna go through a pack of Kirk Franklin's, a whole pack faster than that one Clean Korea towel, guarantee you.
Oh, Kirk Franklin, that shit.
And then you don't have to carry a bunch
What do
of
you
towels.
use?
Yeah.
What do we use for? What we use for rims? The grimy towel, right? We're not putting a fine towel to it.
Oh,
Why?
fuck that. Why? Yeah,
But
yeah.
why not?
Yeah, that's one
But
of
why
the
not?
places you should,
We
especially.
make enough money where we can do that. You know what I mean? And it's not even about making enough money to do that.
It's that time.
Yes,
Because
it's
you
the time.
You're
It's
making
the
money
time.
by
It's
saving.
the time.
But
son,
you said something that's so important. People overlook this, right? Price per application.
yeah.
Okay. You have a $20 towel that you get 100 uses out of versus a $15 towel or a $10 towel that you get 10 uses out of.
Yeah.
$20, that's
You're
double the
spending
price.
more money.
You're spending more money on the cheaper towel because you're getting less applications out
And
of
you're
it.
wasting time, not to mention the
Sometimes
time.
less
the
For sure,
time
labor.
loss.
Yep, for sure.
Like that's how we cut down
I get people.
34% by doing shit like that.
Door jam, son.
Yeah. FSC.
That thing could be
slept on.
that towel could be tore up. It could be, and it's still grabbing
Yeah.
on the door jams.
It's
Yeah.
grabbing like a day one, like drying towel you just got out the pack every fucking time. Telling you, man, it's gonna it will change. You'll be like, fuck, hell
Damn,
yeah.
bro, you guys just sold me.
Yeah, well, for us, it's like everything like that matters. Like you get.
So
to
what's
the
like
point,
the GSM? Like, what are those? Like, what is?
I don't get into that. I let
I
King
don't know,
Korea
it's-
worry about that.
It's
You know, that's what's cool about like when you have someone that holds their stuff down. I don't have to ask those questions.
yeah.
You should know that.
It's just like
Yeah, I
Like
know.
when I ask you about paint questions, and like you tell me, like you don't worry about that. Roger that.
I'm not thinking about
Okay.
anything else.
Mm.
Like I'm not questioning what Jamie said about
Enough
paint
said.
correction. I'm like, no, okay. If he says this shit works, it works. I'm not questioning it, trying to do my own shit. No. Like we got
That's just not
questions.
your job.
No.
No.
Okay.
Like you go to the
Not my
expert.
job. I'm not worried about that.
So same thing with the towels. We go to the expert. Yo, what's up with these? Are they about? Hey, use them on this. You're never gonna go back. Like, why not go to the fucking source of who's doing this
Damn.
shit?
I'll take notes. Let's take notes. But yeah, anyways, what else? What else I want?
What else
There's
you
some
got?
other shit. No, there's one other thing that I was gonna think about. What do you feel like your common, like if you're trying to get a new client and just say like, maybe you're just not dealing with that, just like rejections of like, what's your you just hit them so good with that customer service, you don't really deal with like rejection that way, I guess. Because we deal with we're our phone's ringing all day, and we're constantly upselling and constantly trying to get people into the door. Because we are a production shop, we have a lot of mouths to feed here. So if you were doing any type of sales, like what would be like the main thing that you always hear it? It's like, I don't know, like, let me talk to my wife. People say that one, or let me go over my finances, or let me what do you feel like? What's a common
A response from us?
Yeah. What's a common response?
What I always hit them with is with more customer service. I hit them with more. They're like, okay, let me talk to my wife. Okay, I totally understand. The wife usually is the last. You know what I mean? The last one to make the decision. If you could do it or not. But just know that we are booked out until such and such, and we're booking. We're usually about a month in advance. So if you are looking to get this done, just let us know so we can get you in before it gets pushed out any further, or before the problem persists to a point of damage, and now it's going to cost more money. So we're just hitting them with. We're not trying to. We're creating a sense of urgent, hey, I better act on it now, but only out of the interest of them.
What do you have to talk to your wife about? What is it you said you need to talk to your wife? What is it you need to talk about?
I'm hitting you with the Wolf of Wall Street.
No, just say yeah. So
is it the price? Is it the? So what? What is it? You need to discuss with her?
Let's just say.
I mean,
So
price,
I guess, but for me, like, that ain't my problem. Like, it's a matter of where you're at. Like, I'm not that. I don't have to ask that follow-up question.
Yeah.
We don't know
what I mean. Like,
this is like, for us, it's just like, okay, sounds good. Like, I may do
or
that.
if I gotta eat, and if I gotta ask that, like, as you should talk to your wife.
You guys have a little bit different business because it's referral based. So you don't deal with objections.
But that's what I did early on.
Yeah. But
you
have to identify the objection, right? If the customer says,
for me now, if someone says that to me,
you gotta talk to your wife.
I don't care because how I hit them? I just exactly what you said. Pretty much, I say, hey, right now we're booking out about 2 weeks. Especially with details, we're minimum $500 a car, whether you need it or not, whether it needs it or not, we do it. So we everything on every detail, we do the exact same things. So we tell people, oh man, $500.
Yeah, we've always break that down.
Yeah. So you always tell them straight up. I'm like, yeah, but we do, we do steam clean everything. We do, we don't do engine bays. We do door jams, windows, whatever. Every car is the exact same job, whether they need it or not. And it works easy with me is because when I'm dealing with my guys, I don't have to be like, this is a level 1, level 2, level 3. Yeah. No, we just do it. Every single car for us is the exact same thing. We do hand wash ceramic spray on every single car. So you're getting the 8-month protection from everything. Same thing with the paint correction. If we're doing a paint correction for you, we're doing the exact same thing on every single car. We're charging you for the actual ceramic coating, whether it's a 2 or a 7 year. We don't do anything besides a 2 or a 7. But every car that comes in gets a ceramic spray, and then we let them know. If we don't let them know, at the end of a sale, I'll say, hey, if I can get a Google review, we actually did a ceramic spray on this. Now you have 6 months worth of protection. So there's different things that we can hit them with that we go. I don't sell. I don't sell like that.
You guys aren't good reference points for this because you guys don't need business. This is
we don't have no product.
You guys don't have
no. Yeah, I don't sell
for your
so
standard.
My guys don't want me to answer my phone.
We're just letting them know.
Let me tell you this right now. Like real talk.
Yeah.
My guys don't like me answering the phone because I don't give a shit.
Right. Yeah, that's how we are. It's like if they come on,
they're like, no,
we do the job,
money, but they're commissioned.
Myself,
they're commission based, so they make money off the sale. So their job is to send mad emails, to send this, make more phone calls. Wine and dine, cool, whatever. Like that's their job. Anyways, I went on a trend.
So for the people that don't have people that don't have the same problem you guys do, that you have more work than you can handle. You have to find out what the objection is.
So anyways, back on that. So what is the objection if right,
I need to talk to my wife. Well, okay, if you say, okay, that's great. Let me know what she says. you have to. They are leaving because there's an objection, either the
You got-
price,
Just leave
You
your
got,
wife.
you got
the
to
stall.
Yeah, bro,
You gotta
bro,
hit
it's
the
sad,
ego, son.
bro.
You gotta-
Bro,
you gotta-
why would you call me with not asking your
Oh,
wife?
yeah.
What was your
You gotta-
problem?
Oh, you gotta ask your wife?
Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta, you
bro,
gotta hit the
you
ego
seriously
nice. You
said
gotta say,
that?
Did you really say that?
You gotta-
Bro, you know what, bro? No,
You gotta make
no
that man feel
comment.
nice.
Yeah, what? So is this your wife's car? Are you gonna drive around in a dirty car? What
Hey,
the
you-
fuck?
you gotta
Yeah,
talk
come
to your
on.
wife about a good
like,
deal.
bro,
if you don't want,
You gotta talk to your wife about a good deal. Like, who
bro,
does
my,
that?
if I ask my wife that, she would think I'm stupid.
Oh, so your wife doesn't like good deals. And
Oh
I'll be the
man,
only
the
reason.
and dirty
not
car.
about the wife. The point of this is it's not
Wait,
about the wife.
wait, wait. You hit it with the wait. I didn't know you were doing this for your wife. Yeah, it wasn't for my
Well,
wife.
here,
The-
dude.
the- the-
Hey, yo, go get her. Go get her. Put her on the phone right now. Get her. Put her on the phone right now because
What, maybe
you
I
don't
should be
make
talking to
decisions,
her.
and maybe she does.
Maybe we
Let's
should be
go. Come
talking to
on.
her.
Anyways,
I had
yeah.
a dude ask
But-
me that, a door-to-door guy, and he was doing his thing. And I was like, no, I don't want to. And he asked, like, what's the reason why you're not? And I was just like, okay, you took it there. Like, because I don't want to go to my wallet, which is over there on the other side of the house, and take it out and pay you. I don't want to take 10 more steps for you. That's what I wanted to say.
But then he
You know
has.
what I mean?
But then by asking that question, now he can say, well, I can walk over there. I can overcome that objection. I can go over there and get. You want me to go get
And,
your wallet
and,
for you?
and then after that, it was just like, okay, man, I just don't want to.
There you go.
No.
Hey, brother, let me
You
level
know
with
what I
you.
mean? Like,
I just
big
don't
whale.
need this shit. Just keep it moving.
Yeah,
Just keep it moving.
The reason why it's important to ask those questions, even
Yes.
why, what do you need to talk to your wife about? Because that gives you a reference point to know what you are missing in your sales presentation. Because if the guy, you haven't built enough value in the service at that point to sell that guy. So if he says, oh, well, I just got to make sure that she feels good about the price or scheduling. All right, well, if scheduling is an issue, well, I'll give you two options, Thursday or Friday. I'm sure one of those will work for her. So call her and then let me know which one of those 2 days. But figure out what the objection is. So then you can learn how to cover that objection in your next sales call so it doesn't even come up. But if you don't ask what they need to talk to the wife about, you don't know what it is that they're missing, what information you haven't given them to close the sale. Because that's something's missing.
So,
Yeah.
or they just don't want,
I'm gonna
they just
leave.
don't
I'm gonna
like
change that
number.
message and say, hey, I'm gonna leave the message. Hey, if your wife makes decisions, have her call me.
Have your wife call
Yeah,
me.
have your wife call me on her message.
Just respond, your wife?
Yeah,
And we,
yeah.
we had a
I
story like
guess.
that as we were detailing when the client and then the neighbor came over and he was just taking a look, doing neighbor things. And the neighbor said, hey, how much for a detail? And the client goes, hey, don't worry about it, you can't afford it. That man hit the ego and booked right there. I'm just like, hey, can you do mine after? And we said, yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's
didn't even
like,
care
bro,
about
stop.
the
He's
money.
like,
He didn't
my
want his
neighbor's
neighbor.
broke, bro.
He didn't want his, he didn't want his neighbor to be like,
But
that's funny.
dude, the thing is, you can't ask Shad when Shad's goes so hard when it comes to sales.
Oh, yeah,
Like I
that's-
just feel like even when we went over the other day and he was talking about that CCI, bro, you see how he turned on,
yeah.
And while in sales, man,
he turned
in
on
sales,
like
you train for the
bro,
no.
Yeah. It's like, yo,
You're training-
yeah. That's
You're not
practice.
training for the yes. You
Yeah.
got follow-up questions.
Yeah.
You have follow-up questions because you got to know.
Well, and when you know your
Someone
shit,
told you no, and
when
you
you know
gotta
your
gotta
shit,
take
you got
that yes.
solutions for
Yep.
everything. So it's like,
Yeah, and if you, I feel like you
won't.
won't even get the. Let me ask my wife when you ask those initial questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Like what questions when they pick up the phone? What questions are you asking?
Yeah.
Why do you need that? Why you need a full detail? Why? Like why? What's wrong with your car? How long have you had it? If you just say why, when just ask questions and not let it be one-sided, it's gonna make things a lot easier because right off the bat you are sounding like you care.
Yeah.
Like if you sound like you care, you're not going to really have to deal with a bunch of, rebuttals, like or any, you don't have to deal with that because you're coming as a problem solver versus
it.
someone just
Yeah.
trying to come and take your money. Which, like I said, my approach isn't that. Like that, I don't have that approach at all. Like
Yeah,
that's
we-
just
we
not what I
just-
do.
What we found for those who are having this issue, what we found works really well is explaining our process. So if somebody wants a wash, let's say if it's overspray, we're going to tell them the steps. Okay, well, what we're going to do here is seems like you have overspray on the exterior of your vehicle. We're going to give it a wash, hand wash. We're going to give it a decontamination. We're going to hit it with the chemical solution, see if it breaks down, with the rust remover first. Then we're going to go through with, maybe pre-wash, whatever. Then we're going to go with the synthetic clay or go with the clay, depending on the level of it. We're going to test it out. We're going to go with the least
Aggressive.
the least aggressive method first. Then we're going to finish off with such and such, and if you want to polish, we can also do that because we are going to encounter some marring at some point if it's heavy. and then then such and such, and it's going to be wheels and tires, blah 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 blah. Then I kind of hit them with the price. That way they know exactly what's happening. Like it's not just, oh, that's going to be $600. It's like, you know what I mean? Because and then when you deliver, if all that shit is done, they're like, okay, well, I don't care how long it took them. Because usually we finish up a lot faster than the client thinks. They think it's going to be a longer process. So there's like, because a wash clay seal for us, something like that, like what? For exterior of a sedan, maybe like 35, 40 minutes max for us. So
Yeah,
it's like,
that's freaking quick.
so it's like, yo, we're banging this shit out. Like
Door
this
jam
is
wheels,
not,
everything.
you know
That
what
was
I mean?
that was so good what you just said, man. Because if somebody comes to you and says, "I have tree sap or I have overspray," how much is it? Oh, it's $600. In that person's mind, they're thinking you're going to charge me $600 to remove this few little dots.
Yeah.
But when you say, "Look, I'm going to do this and 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 this, and then I have to do this and this and this and this and this," they're like, "Damn, $600? Take my money. That seems like a bargain." But in their mind, they don't realize all the steps that it takes to remove that. They think that you're just going to pick it off and it's going to be done. So even on your invoicing, when you can have line items for everything, when you send a person a $1,200 invoice that has 35 different things on there, it's a lot easier to swallow than a line item that says detail $1,200. Like what do they get for that?
Yeah, it's just basic. And again, that's basic education to the client. You know what I mean? Like you're kicking game. You're letting them know. The more transparent you are with your business in general, the better. That means that you're open, you're honest. The client's gonna be, they're gonna be more
line
willing to
items
do
is a
business
big
with
deal.
you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't have line items, especially if you're doing like complicated services, or maybe you're just kind of like bundling things under one thing, it can be very confusing for a client. They'll be like, well, I thought that was with this, or a lot of guys don't realize that the invoicing piece, how crucial that is, because that's kind of like, we go to a receipt or we go somewhere to eat and we're like, how much is this? They're like, oh, that's right. Oh, you know what I mean? We've all done that's like, oh yeah, forgot we had four
That's why
drinks.
like Jerry
You know what I
Seinfeld
mean?
says,
Like, okay, cool.
he was at Jerry Seinfeld. He's like, man, I hate paying after or paying before, because when you pay before, pay after. What you guys watch Seinfeld?
Yeah, it's been years ago, but
Yeah,
I know
that. So he says he says he doesn't like to pay afterwards. He wants to pay before when he eats, because by the end you don't give a shit. Like you already ate it all.
Right. Yeah.
So
when you pay before when you're hungry, you're like, you feel good about the payment.
You feel good
You've
about
already
it.
gotten it.
Maybe you'd even enjoy it more.
Yeah.
You've already gotten this, so now it's like, man,
I wonder if that's a study. If you enjoy eating, you enjoy your food more when you pay before, or if you enjoy it afterwards.
I guess just go in with the limit, $400. Hey, let me know when this is up.
I don't even know what you guys were saying for me to think that, but I was like, I don't know.
It is nice paying first, then you just leave. You don't got, because sometimes you're waiting there forever. If they get busy or something, it's like our waitress goes. All of a sudden,
you want to pay
like,
first, but they want to get you with that tip.
Oh yeah,
They want that's
we
when
got
they
like 4 or 5 different tips.
Man, California, that shit's rough out there, bro.
Taxing,
bro. Did you hear about those houses now? They're selling the plots of land, like, and you can't build on it. It's $1 million, $1 million each one of those land. Anyways, they're gonna put that smart city up. That's a conspiracy that I read about.
You can't build on it. You can buy it, but you can't build on it.
You can build. No, you're talking about California. I was thinking about flyers. That's all I think about. All the shit that's going on in California, man.
Yeah,
hey, come on, man. The shit's wild in
It's
California.
wild.
Crazy, son.
We love it.
But hey, man, dude, we're gonna head out. Hey, Born Detailer Podcast.
That was like 9 podcasts in one.
That was like
the ultra fucking podcast.
Thank you guys, man, for coming out. I can't wait till next time. You know what I mean?
We gotta go out there, man. We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go out there. I told them wherever city they're gonna go to. I'm